America taught me something I didn't understand at first. When people call you articulate, it's not always a compliment. Sometimes it's surprise, sometimes it's doubt, and sometimes it's a test. And if you're Haitian or any immigrant, this hits different because we already carry enough. We're already translating life, translating culture, translating tone, translating even ourselves. So when somebody says, wow, you're so articulate, what they're really saying is, I did not expect that from you. Now, I'm going to tell you the mindset shift that absolutely changed everything for me while living in America. I stopped chasing articulate as approval. I trained clarity instead, like it was a skill that could pay me, pay my bills, because it can. Articulate isn't a compliment, it's a tool. If you train that tool, it opens doors. If you grew up in Haiti, like me, we come from a culture where we speak with a lot of weight. We don't just talk to talk, we talk to make a point. We talk to handle business, and we talk to survive. But in America, it's different. In America, people will decide your intelligence based on things like your accent or your confidence, or even sometimes your speed or your tone, your vocabulary, how comfortable you make them. And that's why articulate becomes a very loaded word because it's not about your words. It's about who they already assumed that you were before you spoke. So when I say what America taught me about being articulate, I'm not going to tell you a side story today. This is about strategy. This is about power. This is about how immigrants can stop getting distracted by bias and start using communication as a stepping stone. Because some people use your accent to shrink you, but I use clarity to expand. Let me tell you what it feels like, especially in a professional settings. You walk in, you're ready, you know your stuff, right? But the room is watching you. And the room is watching you not in a normal way, in a quiet way where you can feel like they're waiting for you to mess up. They're waiting for you to mess up one word, or they're listening for your accent more than your message. And the part immigrants don't always say out loud is that pressure, it makes you want to do one of two things. It makes you want to, number one, talk too much, or it makes you not want to talk at all or talk too little. So you either start over explaining because you want to prove that you belong, or you get quiet because you don't want to give them anything to judge you. I have done both. And I know most immigrants have done both. And here's what I learned: over explain doesn't earn respect. It just tells people that you think that you're on some kind of trial. And under speaking, it doesn't protect you either because it just hides your value. So I needed a third option. And my third option was clarity. Clarity is how you stop auditioning in rooms you already earned access to. Let me repeat that. Clarity is how you stop auditioning in rooms you already earned access to. People act like being articulate is something that you're born with, like it's a personality trait, like some people just have it and some people don't. No, I am telling you right now, I earned it. I practiced it. I trained it. Because for immigrants, communication is not just a soft skill, it is a survival skill. Think about it. You are filling out paperwork. You communicate to do all those things, fill out paperwork. You communicate when you're talking to schools, you're talking to doctors, you're negotiating jobs, you're advocating for your child, you're advocating for yourself, you are defending your dignity. You are, I'm pretty sure you can relate with that one. You are explaining your name. And sometimes you're even translating your culture. And you know what? That's why Haitian women became strong. We become strong because we're always managing the room. But I started doing it on purpose and not out of anxiety, but out of strategy. I did not become articulate to impress people. I became articulate to protect myself and to build leverage. So let's name a few versions of this articulate situation. Sometimes it looks like, oh, wow, you speak so well. Or you're so articulate for someone from, they don't even finish the sentence. Oh, or I didn't expect you to sound like that. Or, you know what? You're different. You're not like the others. And people will always say it smiling. You're standing there with that immigrant politeness, like, am I supposed to say thank you? But inside, you're thinking, what box were you putting me in before I spoke? So instead of spiraling, I made a decision. I am not going to argue with every bias. I am going to outskill it. I am going to speak so clearly that the room has to follow. So I stopped trying to change their minds. I started changing outcomes. Now, let me take you to into one moment where my words created a real outcome. So, okay, I got to choose my words carefully. Picture this. I'm in a room, a professional setting. People are polite. People are smiling. You know, there's smiles in the room. But I can feel the evaluation. You know, that vibe where it's not openly hostile, but just quietly it's skeptical. So you can feel the room deciding, is she the real deal? Can she lead? Is she confident? Is she going to fold under pressure? And I'm Haitian, right? So my instinct, my natural instinct is to come in strong. But I wasn't trying to come in loud. I was trying to come in clear. Because loud without clarity, it just sounds like emotions, but clarity sounds like leadership. So I did something that I want every immigrant to learn how to do. I didn't wait until people interrupted me. I didn't wait until the conversation got messy. You know, I set the tone from the very beginning. And I said something like, let's keep this simple. 3 things matter right now: what's broken, what it's costing you, and what we're doing first. And then I paused. Because pause is power, and pausing tells people, I am not nervous, I am not begging, I am leading. And then I followed with, the issue isn't effort, the issue is the system. If we fix the system, the results catch up. Now, Let me tell you why that line hits. Because most people in that room, they were stuck in the panic energy and they were reacting. They were overwhelmed. They were in the emotional soup. So when you walk into an emotional room and you speak in structure, you become the anchor. So now the energy, it starts shifting. People stop, not start. People stop talking over me. People stop side conversation. People start looking at me like, okay, she knows what she's talking about. She knows what she's doing. Then I gave one more line. This one is important. I said, I'm going to ask a few direct questions, not to interrogate you, just to get us to the truth faster. Because sometimes, especially as an immigrant woman, people will label you aggressive when you're just being direct. So I learned how to protect my directness with how I frame it. So I'm direct, but I'm not disrespectful. So I asked the questions and I keep it clean. I didn't over explain anything. Then the payoff happened. The meeting got shorter, decisions got faster, and I walked out with the outcome. And what I want you to understand is that outcome didn't happen because I changed my accent, I changed the way I look, or anything about my individuality. It happened because I changed my structure. I didn't sound more American or Americanized like some people say. I sound more clear. And clarity travels in every accent. Okay? Clarity is the language of power, even when you speak it with an accent. So, I want to talk about this immigrant trap that I see us getting stuck in. We think that we need to be liked to be respected. We think that we need approval to be chosen. So we start editing ourselves. You know, we edit, we're editing our accent, we're editing our tone, we're editing our volume, we're editing our culture, we're editing our names. I am not doing that because if you're Haitian, you already know we didn't come here to disappear. We came here to build. So, this is what I want you to carry. Do not let articulate become a compliment that you chase. Let it become a skill that you own because when we own it, it becomes leverage. And leverage, this is leverage that you're going to have in interviews. This is leverage that you're going to have in meetings. This is leverage that you even have in conflict, leverage in negotiations, leverage in business, leverage in parenting, even leverage in life. I didn't need them to understand me. I needed my words to work. If you're an immigrant watching me and you're trying to build a life in America, I want you to listen. You are not behind. You are not less. You're just learning a new system. And in that system, communication is currency. So do not get distracted on the bias. Do not get stuck on the bias. Don't let the bias become your identity. Use it as information. Use it as motivation. Absolutely. Use it as a reminder to sharpen the tool. Because one thing about Haitians, once we decide to master something, it's done. It's done because we do not do things halfway. So if somebody tried to hand you articulate like it's some kind of label, take it back as a skill, train it, and own it. And while you're at it, get paid with it. Let them be surprised, but you stay prepared. So yeah, America taught me something about being articulate. It taught me that some people will underestimate you by default. Cool, let them. But don't let their bias become your ceiling. Turn your voice into a tool. Turn your clarity into leverage. So I'm gonna I'm going to wrap up with this. If you're an immigrant building your life here in America, I want you to remember clarity, because that's the reminder right there, clarity. You do not need permission to be powerful. You just need precision. And with that, my name is Webley. I am on this consistency journey to show up every day on YouTube for 100 days. Today is day 44. If this is your first time watching me, thank you. And remember to subscribe, because I will be back tomorrow for day 45 on Valentine's Day. Bye.